So we're back with this flow chart, and I wanted to go ahead and clarify a few things on the flow chart from the last video. So you might remember on the last video, we talked about the flow chart, all these cool steps on how to get the right finish in your detailed process. You want to do the right step, follow the right steps to get the right result. But a couple questions got asked in the comments, and I kept getting asked by students, so I want to go ahead and bring the flow chart up and re-clarify a few things. Somebody always asked, what is the most important part of this flow chart? Some people say it's the polishing, some people say it's the glaze, some people say it's the clay bar, and honestly, I'll tell you my personal opinion. The most important parts of the flow chart, of the detailing step, are your wash and your paint sealant or wax. So you might be asking why I said that. The wash and the paint sealant and wax or wax are the most important steps because that's the basis for detailing itself. You want to make sure that your car is always washed and always sealed up or protected with wax. So let's talk about the wash. The wash is so important because that's what you do every week. Some people wash their cars 2-3 times a week. They want to wash them all the time, keep them looking good. And with Chemical Guy stuff, that's possible because we have eco-friendly car washes, like our EcoSmart or our Hose-Free Eco Wash, or we have traditional washes that work in foam cannons. A lot of people, they just like to foam cannon their car with clean water and get all the dust and debris that's on the car that's just from lightly daily driving. And this is a good way to maintain the car. If you don't wash your car on a certain basis all the time, your car is going to look bad over time because contaminants are going to start sticking to the paint if they're left on there for a long time. So washing is a big key factor in keeping your car look good. Personally, to keep your car looking the best, I like to use pH neutral shampoos because pH neutral shampoos give a smooth finish, but they can be used in the sun. So you can actually use them in direct sunlight and wash the car. Some people asked in another one of our videos on YouTube, you're washing a black car in direct sunlight. Well, with pH balanced soaps like Mr. Pink or Glossworks, you can actually wash your car in direct sunlight. And if you're using clean water, you're not going to have any streaks, you're not going to have any stains on the car because the soap is balanced and it's designed to work in that type of environment. So if you use a pH balanced shampoo, washing your car outside in the sun is perfectly fine. Now let's talk about paint sealant or wax. Another key important factor of this whole detailing stuff is paint sealant and wax. Paint sealant and wax protects your car from all that stuff like UV rays, and it also protects it against road tar, contamination, overspray, all this nasty stuff that can stick to your car. It also makes your car hydrophobic. And what's hydrophobic? Hydrophobic means that your car resists water. So when it rains, the water beads off and it doesn't stay on the paint and stain it. So paint sealant and wax is something that you should do on a regular basis. Either paint seal your car in a regular basis. Usually Jet Seal can go 8 to 12 months on a solid application if you follow the instructions. But sometimes some people like to seal their car twice a year. I personally like to seal my car twice a year just to ensure that type of protection. I usually use Carnauba wax on top of sealant. You don't have to do that, but I like the protection of the sealant and the look of the wax. I just like the look of natural Carnauba wax. It looks smooth. It has a warm glow that sealant gives, but the wax actually gives a higher level of that. It's a very show-worthy piece. That's why we've been using it for like 100 years, because it's that smooth on the paint. If you wax your car on a regular basis, it will stay looking good. Personally, I like to wax my car the first of every month. So the first of every month, I give my car wash and I throw a coat of wax on it. My wax can go much longer than that, but I like to put the wax on the car every month just to ensure good protection. So if you guys have any more questions about the chart, we're going to bring this out every once in a while, but just always remember that the wash and the paint sealant or wax are really the most important parts of this. So if you invest in good wax and good paint sealant and good wash, it's going to keep your paint correction steps looking good. Even if you have all the stuff to do paint correction, rotary polisher or a dual action, all the polishes, pads, everything to do the whole paint correction side of this process. If you don't have a good wash, soap or technique or tools, you don't have a good wax or a good sealant, all this is useless. It's just going to come back and you're going to get more swirls and you're not going to have a good looking finish. So if you guys have any more questions about detailing, feel free to shoot us an email or a call. We love questions. And just remember, eat, sleep, detail. See you next time. Con los terroristas.